Good afternoon, students. So, in online class, we have already discussed about the concept of data handling. What do you mean by data handling? So, whenever you want to need any kind of information, suppose I ask you to prepare a notes on Republic Day, or you can say what is the concept of scientific concept. You can say that chemical properties or physical properties, and you have already learned about the physical and chemical change. If I ask you to prepare a report on that, your first job is what? You will collect the information from your surroundings, maybe from the online, maybe from the Google, maybe from the newspaper. Okay, so you try to collect all the relevant data related to the topic which I have given. Okay, so then what you will do, you find the relevant information from that collected data. So our first main process is what? First step of the process is to collect the data from the surrounding sources. After collecting the data, we organize the data. Before we organize, we collect the relevant informations. Then we organize the data according to its priority. Okay, and then we make a proper table. In that we put each and every information according to its level, right? So this is known as the data handling. Okay, on the basis of that, now suppose you have a very vast data and you want to find the mean of that. What mean means average value. Okay, if you consider the two quantities, okay, and you want to find the mean of that. Mean means you are making that quantities in a equal level. Means suppose you have one data, if you draw a bar like this, and one data is like this. This is the smaller data and this is the higher data when you collect the data. Now mean means what? You divide this both the data in such a way that the height of both the data are equal, or you can say equally distribution should be there when you find the mean. This is the actual meaning of finding the mean. Mean means you are finding the average value in such a way that the data, suppose one is smaller, one is higher, to make both the data equal. This is known as mean. So let's see how to find the mean. Relating in online class we already discussed concept, right? Now mean. Suppose you have two vessels. Okay? Mean, or you can say arithmetic means. You have two vessels of means. Okay? Understand the concept first. In one vessel you have 20 liter milk, and in another vessel you have 30 liter milk. And question asks that find the mean of this vessels, or you can find the equal quantity when you distribute this total 20 plus 30. When you distribute this total equally, each vessel will get the same amount of milk. Okay, so how will you do this? So what we will do? We multiply this, sorry, we add this to 20 plus 30. Divide by two quantities, so you have to divide by 2. So what is the answer? 50 divided by 2, which is equal to 25 liter. Okay, so what we can say? If you want to distribute 20 liter and 30 liter milk equally, so each vessel will get 25 liter. Right? If you see the question, one contains 20 liter, one contains 30 liter, means one is less, one has more. We divide in such a way that both the vessels will get equal amount of milk. So for that we want to find the mean. Mean means whatever quantity is given to you, add that quantity, that is 20 plus 30. How many number of quantities are there? 2. So divide by 2. Do the addition, divide by 2. Get the answer 25 liter. So this is the concept of mean. Let's see what is given in your textbook. So the most common representative value of group of data is the arithmetic mean, or you can say mean. So two vessels contain 20 liter and here it is given 60 liter. In place of 60 I have taken 30 liter. Doesn't matter. So 20 plus 60 will give you 80 divided by 2 will give you 40 liters. Means the concept is what is the amount each vessel would have if both share the milk equally. Okay? We have to share this amount of milk in such a way write mean is equal to sum of observations divided by number of observations. Okay, sum of all observations divided by number of observations. So this is the formula to find the mean. What formula we can say? Sum of all observations divided by total number of observations. Okay, so this is the formula to find the mean. Let's see some examples to understand this better. The question is, Ashish studies for 4 hours, 5 hours and 3 hours respectively on the consecutive days. How many hours does he study daily on average? Okay, so we have here 3 observations. Ashish studies 4 hours, then 3 hours and then 5 hours daily. The average study time of Ashish would be the total number of study hours divided by number of days for which he studies. So number of days are 3. One day he studied for 4 hours, second day he studies for 5 hours, third day he studied for 3 hours. So mean is equal to what? Sum of all observations. Here these hours are observation for us. We are observing that Ashish is studying 4 hours on one day, 5 hours on another day, 5 hours on the third day. So how many days are there? 3 days. So number of observations are 3. 3 days we are observing, and the observation are 4 plus 5 plus 3. So what is the answer? 12 by 3. So average every day Ashish studied for 4 hours. Okay, average means mean. Those who like to see the cricket match, they have very for them it is known to find the average rate of batting, average rate of run, average rate of whatever batsmen are there. So according to that means total, if a player plays for 10 matches and if we want to find its average batting score, so what we will do? In that particular each match, what is his score? Divide by total number of men. That is the way we are doing the average. So same method we are following over here. Total number of observations divided by number of observations, we will get 4 hours. So every day Ashish read for 4 hours. So equal distribution should be there when we find the mean. The next question is, a batsman scored the following number of runs in his 6 innings. 6 innings means total 6 innings he has played. So what we have to do? 36, 35, 50, 46, 60 and 55. Let's see how to solve this question. I am writing the answer only to explain you. So what is the score? 36, 35, 50, 46, 60 and 55. So number of innings are 6 and total runs are given, score are given like this. So what we have to do? We will do the addition. Sum of all objects means 36 plus 35 plus 50 plus 46 plus 60 plus 55. How many innings are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 innings are there. Okay. So now what we have to do? We have to do the addition of all these numbers divided by 6. So if you do the addition, you will get 282 divided by 6. Okay. When you do the cancellation, so 6 4s are 24, 42 is there, and 6 7s are 42. So your answer one is the average score for that batsman. Okay. It is little bit difficult to do the addition of all these. If you have very less time, how will you do this addition? Like 36 plus 35 plus 50 plus 46 plus 60 plus 55. So you take all the ones visit. 5 plus 6, 11, 11 plus, again 6 plus 5 is 11, 11 to the 22. So 2 is your answer. And 2 is carry over. 2 plus 5, 7, 7 plus 6, 13, 13 plus 4, 17, 17 plus 5, 22, 22 plus 3, that is 25, 25 plus 3, 28. So this way you can do the calculation. Don't do, write all the numbers and then one by one you take and do the addition. Don't do like this. Take one's place of all numbers, do the addition of that. One number you have to write at one's place and another number you have to take as a carry. Then that carry you have to write at the tens place and do the addition. This way also we can do the addition. Or one very short trick I will tell you. Find out the smallest number, smallest observation from these 36, 35, 50, 46, 60, 60, 55. Why? Because in the mean, when you find the answer, it is never less than the smaller observation and more than the bigger observation. So here our smaller observation is 35. Okay, so your answer will never be less than 35. Remember this thing, your answer will never be less than 35. And your biggest observation is 60. So your answer is never more than 60. So what we can do? To find the difference. 35 is always there in 36, 50, 46, 60, 55. 35 is already present in this number. What is not present? What is the difference? This is one difference. Here what is the difference? Find the difference. The difference you will add in 26, then divide by 6. So this way also you can find the answer. Let's see. 35 you have to add everywhere. 36. What is the difference? 1. 50. What is the difference? 15. 46. What is the difference? 35 plus, that is 11. 60, what is the difference? 25. And 55, what is the difference? That is 20. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 divided by 6. To add this bigger amount rather than this is very easy now, you have to do the addition. So 35 plus 15, what is the answer? 50. 50 plus 25, what is the answer? 75. 75 plus 20, what is the answer? 75 plus 85 and 95. 95 plus 10 is 105, 106, 107. Do the addition. Let's see what is your answer. Okay, let's see. What you will do? 35 is common in all the numbers and whatever difference you are writing 1, 15, 11, 25 and 20. Okay. Now number of observations are 6. So we will do nothing with 35. It will remain as it is. What we have to do? Do the addition of all this and divide by 6. Okay. So 25 plus 15 is what? 40. Okay. 40 plus 20 is 60. 60 plus 10 is 70. 70 plus 1 is 71 plus 1 is 72 divided by 6. Okay. So this is equal to 35 plus what? 12. 12 is 72. So what is the answer? 47. So this way also you will get the same answer. When you have very less time or you are solving the MCQ question, so this is the best method to do the average, or you can say find the mean. Rather than you are adding this bigger number, you can find the smallest number, right? As it is the smallest number, then take the difference. What is the difference between 35 and 36, 50 and 36, 46 and 35, 60 and 35 and 55 and 35? That difference you have to write over here, and that difference only will be divided by 6. Don't include 35 in that. Okay? We have 6 observations, so So we have to divide by 6. Then do the addition of remaining, that is 72 divided by 6. 12 is the answer. 35 plus 12 will give you 47. So this is also on method. It is a very short trick. You can use whenever you want to solve the MCQ type questions. Okay, so this is all about the mean. Let's see some more examples if it is given. Okay. Okay, it is not given, doesn't matter. We will do in the exercise sum. Now, what do we mean by range? So that we will discuss now. Range. Okay. Any query in this? Okay, now see the concept of range. Range means what? Range means you are deciding the lowest value, biggest value, and what is the difference. Okay, if you are considering the counting number 1 to 10, so what is the range? That is 1 to 10, that the range is 10. Okay, means what is your lowest number, what is your highest number, and the difference between that. That is your range. You can see that this is our area, this is my range. Okay, so if you consider, suppose one example, you have the age in years of 10 teachers are given 32, 41, 28, 54, 35, 26, 23, 30, 38, 40. Now we want to find the range of ages of these 10 teachers. So what we have to do? You have to first find the oldest age of the teacher and you have to find the youngest one. Who is the youngest one? This is the age सबसे छोटी है. So what we have to do first? First we have to arrange them in the increasing order. Okay? So if you see the numbers, 23 is the smallest one. So first we write 23, then we have 26, then we have 28, then we have 32, then 33, then 35, 38, 40, 41 and 54. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is the youngest one teacher's age and this is the oldest one teacher's age. Okay. So your age range is what? Let's see in your textbook. What is the age of the oldest teacher and that of the youngest teacher? The age of oldest teacher is 54 years and the youngest teacher is 23 years. We find that the age of the oldest teacher is 54 years and the age of the youngest teacher is 23 years. Now we want to find the range. So how do you find the range is equal to what? It is never less than 23, it is never more than 54 because your area is now this much from 23 to 54. So what is that range? That range we want to find means highest minus lowest. So what is the answer? 31 years. So this is the range of the given 10 teachers age in years. This is the range 31 years. So highest 54 minus 23. So this is the range of this teacher's age. Okay, so what is the definition? Let's see. The difference between the highest and the lowest observation gives us an idea of the spread of the observations. This can be found by subtracting the lowest minus lowest observations from the highest observations. And we call the result the range of the observations. You can, if you see the merit list of any admission process, there the range is written. This is that is 55 to 60% is eligible for this category. Then 60 to 70% is eligible for that category. That 60 to 70 is what the range of that admission criteria. So whoever is failed in between 60 to 70, they will be eligible, right? So this way we can use this range concept in admission process also. Next, what is the mean age of these teachers? Mean we have to find. We find in both the way, or we can find in the short trick. Both the way we can do the addition. So first we find the mean. We do the sum of all the observation. That is 23 plus the addition of all. So what we do first? First take the ones digit and then ones digit 4, 4 plus 1 5, 5 plus 8 13, 13 plus 5 18, 18 plus 3 21, 21 plus 2 23, 23 plus 8 is 31, 31 plus 6 is 37 and 37 plus 3 is 40. So one place is your 0, 4 is carry, so write 4 over here, or you can just simply add 4 into 5. So 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 4 is 13, 13 plus 4 is 17, 17 plus 3 is 20, 23, 26, 29, 30, 31, 33, 34, 35. So this is your 350 answer. Divide by what is the answer? How many observations? 10. So what is your mean? 35 is your mean. This is one way, or we can find the score by using the short break also. So this is all about your range type questions. Next we will discuss exercise 3.1.